Good morning, Canada, and happy International Bullying Awareness Day.
Bullying Awareness Day certainly wasn't around when I was a kid. However, elementary and high schools are raising awareness for bullying by implementing a pink day on the last Wednesday of February.
The movement started in a Cambridge school named Central Kings Rural High School. A boy in grade 9 wore pink on the first day of school, making him a target to be bullied. He was labeled as a homosexual and was threatened by people to be beat up.
Two grade 12s, David Shepard and Travis Price, overheard the act and scheduled a pink day. They went out and bought 50 pink shirts to hand out to children the next day. They also told everyone to wear pink, which resulted in hundreds of students wearing pink in school.
When the bullied child saw all the pink shirts, he felt relieved and knew it was the end of him being bullied. This was also featured on Ellen. And now, every last Wednesday of February marks International Bullying Awareness Day.
Such a great story. I hope many are inspired by this story and take a stand against bullying.
Yes. Now let's rewind back to a week ago when Rebecca Sammy visited Northview Heights Secondary School to raise awareness for children being bullied, bullying, and bullies.
This school might look like a nice school on the outside, but on the inside it is filled with every teenager's nightmare. Today we are at Northview Heights Secondary School, where we will discover the reality of bullying within the schools. With a series of interviews, one story touched our hearts. She does not know what it's like to fit in, does not have friends, and does not feel appreciated.
They always take my lunch money, and they swear if I ever told anyone, they'd beat me up even more. They call me stupid, ugly, a loser, and they tell me that I'll never do anything in life. They take my lunch money, and sometimes I'm so hungry when I go home, but I can't tell anybody. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? High school.
Why do you bully?
I bully because it's fun. You know, when I see kids crying in the hallway, just whatever, like, as long as my life's fine, it doesn't really matter to me.
What do you get out of bullying others?
Confidence. It makes me feel so much better about myself. Like, crying people, just, like, I laugh at them because it's just so funny. I haven't cried a day in my life, like, since I was born.
Have you ever been bullied?
No, who would even think of bullying me? It's so stupid.
How do you think the kids that you bully feel?
Who cares? As long as I'm happy, it doesn't even matter.
Get out of my way. What are you doing? Eating lunch by yourself? Because you're that much of a reject? Oh, my favorite chocolate? Thank you.
I'm Shavita, reporting from a South King First Nations tribe, where we are going to be speaking with friends of Ashley Comey. Some of these interviews may shock you because they will be unveiling Canada's dark secrets that they have been trying so hard to hide. Is Canada actually a peacekeeping country? An Aboriginal teen committed suicide because of bullying situation at school. Here, we will be talking to the victim's friend, Alpina.
She never talked about being unhappy, and we talked about everything. Actually, when she was around me and our friends, she was the happiest of all of us. I do remember this one time a couple of months ago. She was really sad. She said something like, "I wish I could sleep forever. I'll never amount to anything living here. We get no support from the government, and I feel like no one cares." I agreed with her and brushed it off. I didn't think she was being serious. I thought it was just an off day for her. I was wrong.
Ashley Comey was my cousin. She was the smartest person I knew. I always believed that she would be able to do anything she put her mind to. When I heard that she committed suicide, I couldn't believe it. And up to now, I don't believe it. And we had a funeral and everything.
Bullying. What causes it? Here in the newsroom, we have Dr. Helen Parker speaking about the effects of bullying on teenagers.
Hello, I'm Dr. Helen Parker. Well, we need to make it clear that bullying affects everyone. Those that are bullying students, the students being bullied, and the bystanders of bullying. They all end up causing negative impacts on mental health, substance abuse, and sometimes even suicide.
Does bullying always happen between students? Not all the time. Sometimes it's country to country. For example, North Korea and the USA. Bullying isn't always physical. Sometimes it's threats. Just how North Korea threatened to bomb the USA and USA bullied other countries. For example, Iraq. Have you ever stopped to wonder what they are fighting for? USA is one of the biggest bullies. They like to take other people's resources and bullying to shut up about it. At the same time, other countries are scared to talk up because they don't want the USA to unleash their wrath on them. Typical bullying scenario, right?
One of the most important factors that psychologists cannot stress enough is the relationship between parents and children. It is the parent's responsibility to keep a strong enough bond to make sure that their child is not experiencing harassment at school. Sometimes, a child tests out differently when they are being bullied. Some signs of this are not speaking regularly, decreased diet, and more sleeping. Okay. Bullying is not always directly linked to suicide. However, it usually is a trigger. Most children who are bullied also experience problems at home, depression and stress, and bullying just tops it all off. There are many people out there that care. Speak to a friend, a teacher, a parent. They will help you. It is never too late to speak out, stand up, and make a difference.
Thank you, Dr. Helen Parker, for joining us here today.
म बच्चा बेला मलाई एकदमै दुख थियो अरू बच्चाहरूले
I don't know. When you're bullied, sometimes you feel really lonely. It's because you don't know if anyone cares for you really, because everyone's making fun of you sometimes. Or maybe you feel like everyone's making fun of you. You go home at nights and you just lay on your bed thinking no one cares. You want to tell your parents, but then you think that they're just going to say, nah, it's fine, I'll just go away the next day. But it really doesn't. I had a friend who was bullied for a long time, and then after 3 years of being bullied, she finally told me. I told her to tell her parents and maybe go to a counselor, and the problem went away. I was very happy after that.
Sa tingin ko, ang bullying ay isang napakasakit na tanggapin sa ating mga damdamin, lalo naman sa mga taong walang kayang-kayang gawin. Katulad ng sa isang estudyante na wala namang ginagawa tapos bigla na lang nilang sinasaktan. Isa yun ang isang example ng bullying.
So sa tingin ko rin ang bullying ay masama. Siyempre katulad din ng mga bata na wala nga namang kalaban-laban, you know?
Yeah, kaya kung kaya pa nating iwasan maging bully sa ibang mga tao, kailangan natin gawin yun kasi lahat tayo nasasaktan din tayo, may kanya-kanya tayong mga feelings kaya dapat maging matino tayo sa bawat isa. Salamat, yun lang. Salamat.
Я считаю, что издевательство это неправильное отношение иметь друг к другу.
Это некрасиво, когда люди издеваются над другими людьми. Это некрасиво, потому что они показывают свою некультуру, и они делают это плохо для других.
Это очень влияет на того человека, который над ним издевается, потому что он теряет все то, что он имеет, и потом ему очень сложно иметь друзей в жизни.
Go. Bullying hurts. It's not just what they say, it's how they say it. It's not just being tortured once and it's done. It's being tortured multiple times and it becomes part of your routine. It's not who says it, but how many people say it. And it's not just the name calling, it's the actions that they do too. Every time I hear someone laugh, I think it's at me. And every time I look at myself in the mirror, their names that they called me whisper at the back of my mind. It's not something that I can get out of my head, and it's not something that will just go away. I really need help, but I don't know who to go to for help.
Go.
Bullying to me is fear. You never know what next torment you're going to experience the next day. You never know what to expect. It's just you have to live your life in fear, not knowing, not expecting what's yet to come. I was bullied too. I know that same fear, the same pain of not knowing what to do, where to go, how to react, how to say anything, how to speak up, because I'm so afraid that if I speak up, it's just going to get worse. I wouldn't know what to say. Bullying changes your perspective on life. It changes your outcome and how you look at yourself, your self-worth. It just changes everything because you don't know what to think of yourself from the mean things that people say. If you're being bullied, speak up. It can change your life. It can do something. Don't be afraid. The bully's not going to be there.